Name the system, then change it. Let's start with the word many may not be familiar with, and those who are have been taught not to say it out loud. Plutocracy. A plutocracy is government by the wealthy, a system in which economic elites and organized interest groups wield outside influence over policy compared with ordinary citizens, producing chronic, unequal power. Call it what it is, and the fog lifts over our current political situation. Yes, our founding documents speak the language of democracy, but the operating system beneath the poetry has too often run plutocratically, from property requirements for voting to enslaved labor underwriting early fortunes, to railroad barons writing the rules, to modern campaign finance that turns elections into auctions. When the few can purchase a megaphone and the many struggle to be heard, we should not be surprised by what follows: alienation, despair, and the volatile need to prove I exist by any means necessary. This is how we arrive here, not because democracy failed, but because we've practiced too little of it and too much plutocracy. When people cannot find their voice in the town hall, they will try to be heard in the streets. When the economic game feels rigged, cynicism sets in. When the media rewards outrage and money choreographs our choices, the ordinary person, already tired and overworked, begins to believe the only currency left is noise or worse. History keeps the receipts. On this soil, enslaved people were murdered to protect wealth as property. In Tulsa's Greenwood district, Black Wall Street, a thriving Black economy, was burned and bombed into ash because prosperity in Black hands threatened white power. Indigenous nations were disposed and massacred, land, belief, and life taken to consolidate wealth and control. We watched bullets silence presidents and prophets: John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King Jr. Well, not because their ideas were weak, but because their ideas were working. Violence is the tax the powerful levy when persuasion fails. We are one of the world's youngest democracies in practice. The ink on our promises is older than our obedience to them. It is time, past time, to level up. Maturity means naming the system honestly and then reforming it without bloodletting. If the disease is plutocratic capture, the cure is more democracy, not less. Deeper participation, not deeper polarization. Here is the real game. Keep us divided, keep us scrolling, keep us furious, and wealth can go on governing unbothered. We must refuse the script. Collaborate, love, communicate to understand, not to win. Yes, debate has its place, but understanding builds the place we all live in. So what do we do? Specifically, collectively, right now. Number one, recenter the people in policy. Open the pipeline from neighborhood to law. Participatory budgeting in every city. Citizen assemblies on hard questions, and radical transparency about who funds what. Number two, shrink the price of power. In the pay-to-play illusion, with real campaign finance reform and sunlight on dark money. If one donor can drown out 10,000 voters, democracy is cosplaying itself. Number 3, rebuild a shared reality. Demand algorithmic transparency and invest in civic media that rewards listening and not rage. Teach media literacy like we teach math. And number 4, protect the ballot like sacred ground. Make voting simpler, fairer, weekend-long, paper-tracked, and equally accessible in every zip code. And lastly, number 5, practice local unity. Convene cross-different circles, union halls, churches, libraries, senior centers, barbershops, where policy disagreements meet human stories. When people lock eyes, caricatures die. Our weapons are getting stronger. Our wisdom must get stronger faster. If we do not interrupt this spiral, there may be nothing left to control, only ruins to argue over. And we can interrupt it, not with death, but with design, not with domination, but with dignity, not by erasing difference, but by organizing common purpose. Remember what Dr. King taught. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Love in public policy looks like fairness you can audit. Love in civic life looks like voices that count whether or not they can write a check. Love in culture looks like refusing to turn neighbors into enemies for someone else's ratings or return. It is time. Time to be the United States of America, not because we agree on everything, but because we agree on this. Life is sacred. People are not disposable, and power must answer to the many. Let's work toward common goals and stop grinding one another down for being different. Let's tell the truth about plutocracy so we can build a truer democracy. If we do, the center will hold, not because elites permit it, but because we practice it. If we don't, the center will not hold, and no amount of money will keep the walls from cracking. It's time to choose the future on purpose. I'm Monet Swan.